Hi guys, and welcome to my review of the 1byOne Wireless Sports Earphone for music and calls. What I want to talk about in this review is comfortability, sound, battery life, functionality and design. But for right now, let's see what's in the box. We get 3 different sizes of tips. Here we have medium, small and also big, along with the matching wings. Underneath that we can find a nice little pouch to store them, a USB cable to charge them, and the manual if you have some questions left. That's it for the box. Other than that, what do we get in terms of functionality? Since it's a Bluetooth earphone, we need a wired control. Here we have it, along with the plus and minus button to change the volume, but also skip through the tracks, pause and play to control the media. Underneath this flap, you can find the port to charge it. A full charge needs about 1.5 hours and it should last for 7 hours, even though I was closer to 5.5 hours in my normal use. You also get here this nice little plastic here that lets you adjust the length of the cable. But I pretty much just did this thing on one side, so I didn't really use it because it didn't make so much sense. But that's it for the functionality, that's it for the battery life and the design. Let's talk about the comfortability and sound now. When it comes to a good pair of earphones, 2 things are essential for me, and that is comfortability and sound quality. And that's the first thing that I want to talk about, because these sound amazing, especially for their price level, because they are slightly sounded, so a little bit more bass and a little bit more highs, but this so well balanced that it's really impressive. The highs are very clear but not too harsh, the mids are very solid, have a nice amount of body to it, and the bass is really particularly well done because nice deep and tight but not muddy or too heavy. So they balance it out really nicely, especially if you like something like dubstep. It is really well done, but even for rock or something more classical, these do a great job, and there's no denying that these sound very well. They are amongst the very best that I've heard so far, especially in this price range. Nothing to complain, they sound just great. But what about the comfortability now? It's easy to put them on. Just put them around your neck, stick them in, push the flaps in, that's already it. It's very easy, but you will have to find the right flaps. And that's the issue that I have a little bit with them, because I have very odd ear canals and I almost pretty much always have trouble with too big ear tips. I use the smallest ones, and even those, not that they are too big, but what is the case here, this plastic, as you can see maybe here, is a little big on the bigger side, and definitely bigger than on most other earphones that I've used so far. Especially the ones I use are very small, and I need very small ones because my ear canals are small. And that's why I have a little bit of a push and a little bit of an uncomfortable feel after a while, maybe like after 1 or 2 hours. But what they do very well, they are absolutely secure. Because of those wings, you can move with your head, they don't turn or anything. But the one thing that I also don't like so much, we have this flat cable that is in theory nice because it won't tangle up. But I noticed, because I used to turn around my head a lot, and then it starts to stick on my neck. If you have maybe a shirt that it lays on, it's fine, but other than that, on my neck it did tangle a little bit, it just sticked a little bit to it, and then it still never got out of me. They were very secure, and they actually are one of the most comfortable ones that I had so far, because usually all the earphones that I have, especially on my right ear, they fall out. This was never the case here. They were super secure. They did surround the sound out very nice, so you don't hear much from the outside and the outside doesn't hear much from you. As you can maybe see already, they stick out quite a bit, so they aren't the most subtle ones, and a few co-workers at my workplace said it looks a little bit awful, but I personally don't mind it as long as they sit comfortable. What they actually do, which is pretty much never the case, but if the chassis of the plastic itself that you did saw here would be a little bit smaller, I could maybe fit them more comfortable for a longer period of time, which was an issue for me. But I gotta say, overall, they are quite comfortable. They never jumped out of my ears or anything, so they were secure. They are maybe not the smallest ones, but other than that, they are fine. So let's sum it up. Is it a recommendable earphone? And I gotta say, for a price of here 40 euros, and I gotta say, I'm pretty sure it's also $40 in America or somewhere else, they do a really great job, because battery life of around 5.5 hours is fine. USB worked quite good. The reception or the quality wasn't maybe that well, because I noticed a little bit more dropouts than I usually do on my Bluetooth adapter. But other than that, you get a small little cable. They're easy to wrap around, good for sports because very secure in your ears. And the best thing here, the highlight, is the sound quality, because that one was amazing. And if the plastic would have been a little bit smaller and it wouldn't be a little bit uncomfortable after a while. These definitely would have been my most favorite that I've heard so far, because I haven't used so many and I haven't used any so far with a wing. And I gotta say, this wing is a game changer, because on every earphone that I have on my right ear, they fall out pretty much instantly. But just with this little wing, they are so secure. They sit right where they have to be all the time, quite comfortable. And I'm pretty sure if you have normal ears, they will be very, very comfortable, because the tip itself is soft. They sit nice. Cable is okay. Functionality is there. So overall, I gotta say, they did a really great job with this here. Just not the right one for me personally, because but I already said it. I have very odd ear canals and I have yet to find the perfect earphone for me. I always had to make some compromise, but at least in terms of sound quality, this one is no compromise. Battery life is fine. They look quite okay in my opinion. This was it for my review. If you have any questions or anything like that, just leave them in the description below. Leave me a like if you liked it. Leave me a subscription if you loved it. So that's it. Until next time, bye.